The Tide rolled over Southern Miss, and there are some things we need to talk about because even though I know it's Southern Miss, you can take something from any game you play, and there are a few things I think we need to highlight from this game. However, before we do, as always, y'all know the drill, I want to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Were you happy at Jameson Williams' explosive display of athleticism yesterday? And let me know what you're thinking. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoy this content, be sure to like and comment down below. Those interactions, though small, are massive to content creators such as myself. But with all that being said, let's hop straight into this. And like I said in the intro, I understand that this is Southern Miss. I understand that this is a team that Alabama should take to school anytime they play them. However, there were some things we can take away from this game. One of the things I've been asked constantly in the comment sections of a lot of these videos is my opinion on Alabama's lack of a deep ball through the early portions of this season. And there's a reason I haven't been really concerned about it. I think we can get desensitized as fans sometimes to how difficult things actually are. Last season, when we had Mac Jones, those receivers, and the experienced offensive line, I think we as fans get desensitized to the absolutely unreal nature of what it is last year's team was able to do. Mac Jones was automatic on deep shots, and there are things that go into that. The offensive line having continuity with each other and having faith in each other. The quarterback knowing that he has the time to take those deep shots without ever really having to worry about the defensive pressure on him. And the repertoire of quarterback-wide receiver relationship and countless reps that have established that connection for the deep shot to be available. All things that we saw out of Mac Jones, that offensive line, and the wide receivers. We have to remember, Mac Jones had been playing with those wide receivers for years in practice. They had some sort of relationship. Whereas if we look at this Alabama team, it's Bryce Young's first year starting. Sure, he has a repertoire with John Mechie, but we also need to understand that Alabama's primary deep shot target right now, Jameson Williams, only got there very recently. So Bryce is still learning the connection with Jameson Williams. When you take that into account, that they're still getting that connection established, and that's something that's going to continue throughout the course of the season. But when you take that piece of information in conjecture with a brand new offensive line, you can kind of start getting the picture of why I wasn't real concerned about the deep ball. It was way too early for me to be concerned about the deep ball because there was so much new on this offense. I had a feeling the deep ball would come. The relationship with him and these wide receivers, the tight end, and the offensive line is only going to continue progressing and getting better. Jameson Williams and he connected on a beautiful shot yesterday, and Bryce then fit in another beautiful dime to Jaleel Billingsley in the corner of the end zone, an individual who is already making his presence felt. Remember a few weeks ago when I said if you think Alabama's offensive potential is high now, just wait till Jaleel Billingsley gets on the field. He will completely change the way defenses have to guard them. Now they have Cameron Latou and Jaleel Billingsley to worry about, and now with the emergence of a deep shot, goodness me. The Alabama offensive line is a unit that is still working through things. I'm not saying that that is solved. They gave up 2 sacks yesterday, 4 tackles for loss, but it is a unit that needs experience. There's a lot of new faces along it, and experience is king in a lot of these situations. And look, the Crimson Tide defense also had themselves a day yesterday, holding Southern Miss to under 220 yards. Meanwhile, the offense accrued over 600 yards, which is exactly what we want to see. And that's not to say that there aren't still things the defense can work through, but I think we need to remember, To'o is new, and that's still something that's progressing. Drew Sanders filling in for the injured Chris Allen is still something progressing. But it was very positive to get reps for individuals yesterday against Southern Miss, especially with Ole Miss coming up. But Alabama reminded us yesterday that they are the #1 team in the nation for a reason. This offense's ceiling is really, really high. It's why I've been so high on the offense for so long. If you'll remember and you go back, I've often said this Alabama wide receiving room is one that will have growing pains, but I thought their upside was astronomical, and they're really starting to show it. And what an addition Jameson Williams was. Nick Saban was right. Now he's able to go and cherry pick individuals like Jameson Williams and Henry To'o to add into the Crimson Tide, only making the rich richer. Alabama had a sensational showing yesterday, and I understand it's Southern Miss, but there are things we can take away from that game, the deep shot being one of them. Can't wait to hear from y'all. Can't wait to hear about the week of practice leading up to the Ole Miss game, a game I cannot wait to talk about. Remember, tomorrow there'll be a live stream. Can't wait to see you there. That's it. See ya.